UOG students hosted a forum at the legislature to address the issue of medical marijuana on Guam. The forum featured a panel of 6 members, 4 of whom are practicing medical professionals. The panel was presented with questions, and each member was given a minute and a half to answer. While the answers were varied, there were a few things that everyone agreed on. They all felt that this movement should be driven by medical professionals and not law enforcement or politicians.
Get the medical society involved, and that's why you've seen Dr. Shea and Dr. Dombrowski involved every step of the way. But I think medical policy should also focus on the needs of the patients. And regardless of how the doctors may feel, I think priority should be the patients and their needs.
Of course, there were numerous arguments both in support of and against medicinal marijuana. Dr. Dombrowski immediately addressed the question regarding marijuana addiction.
In the 25 years that I've experienced addictionology, I've never seen one person come into rehab for an addiction for cannabis. Cannabis is actually used to help people withdraw from alcoholism, or methamphetamine abuse, or cocaine abuse.
Some of the arguments against medical marijuana are addiction. Critics say it's addictive and it's a gateway drug. They argue that marijuana leads to harder and stronger drugs down the line. Regulation. How can you guarantee that the marijuana prescribed will only be used by the patient? Also, marijuana is said to impair motor skills and affect judgment. Adverse health issues. Smoking marijuana has some of the same negative effects as smoking cigarettes. Lung infections and severe bronchitis are the most notable negative effects. On the flip side, there really wouldn't be an argument if there weren't any benefits to smoking marijuana. Relief. Marijuana relieves symptoms associated with terminal diseases. Nausea, pain, and other symptoms connected with diseases like AIDS and cancer are alleviated by smoking the herb. Economics. Marijuana is relatively inexpensive to grow and harvest. Other drugs with similar effects to marijuana are often unaffordable. Also, marijuana growth could provide a possible source of income. Regulation. By allowing prescribed marijuana, it also allows doctors to regulate the amount and potency of the marijuana to be delivered. There is no regulation on current street marijuana, but if it was made available for medical use, there would be strict regulations in place. Obviously, the two sides could not come to a mutual agreement from just one session. But last night's forum achieved its purpose, which was to ignite some dialogue, spark some change, and clear the smoke and get down to the facts of medicinal marijuana. Keeping it local for Guam News Watch, I'm Unpingco.